What's up, everybody? Let me get this chat started. Period poop. What's up, everybody? I hope. Why does that say what grinds my gears? Who said this was what? This is what is love. I hope this don't show to everybody on here. So I realized that it's not me. It's actually this thing that be tripping. This is what is love, not what grinds my gears. That was last week. Let's get it together. Get it together. All right, y'all. Let me get my mic in closer. A lot of things has changed from the first recording. Probably up to the third recording. They started changing a lot of stuff. All right, so we're going to give some people some time to get in here. I just want to say I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. A wonderful week because we haven't seen each other in a week. So, yeah. Give some people some time to log on. Y'all. Oh, let me close this out because I do not need y'all hearing my Facebook and shit. I'm Millie Rock on any block. I'm Millie Rock on any block. All right, y'all got 2 minutes because I'm impatient. I'm very patient with y'all. I hate that this says what grinds my gears. It's kind of grinding my gears that it says what grinds my gears, and I don't want to start this over. Oh, let's see. We got 1 minute. 1 minute till showtime, y'all. One minute till showtime. Oh, they nasty with that. All right, y'all, we're going to get started. Thank you for tuning in to another Soleil City podcast. I hope everybody's been doing good. Why does everything look so weird? Maybe it's my computer. Oh, it ain't my backdrop. Y'all, if my backdrop leaning, look like it's the couch that's leaning. I don't know. Either way, I'm here. It's all that matters. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Thank you for all the birthday shout outs. You guys, like, sometimes I be getting like overwhelmed because I be having to click each post on Facebook. Then you know I got stuff going on in other different apps, my messages, and I'm saying thank you all over. But definitely thank you to everyone who sent birthday love. And y'all, I'm so picky when it comes to my birthday. I be like, oh, somebody say happy birthday too early or after the fact. I'd be like, but if you say it after, I don't mind. But don't tell me happy birthday. My birthday was on the 8th. It's done now. Say happy belated. I'll take that. And then I'd be like, why were you late? Nah, but Um, a lot of people been asking me what I did for my birthday. I went and had a couples massage. My boo took us to have a couples massage. Um, Damn, what else did we do? I just had a brain fart. Um, oh, we went to this place called Toast prior to the couples massage, and y'all, if you have my TikTok channel, you'll know and you'll see Toast. It was so good, like amazing. Um, Let me see. I don't know why people saying I'm frozen. I'm not frozen on my end. And like y'all heard me say before, please don't mind the title at the bottom if you can see that. This is um what grinds my gears. I mean, this is what is love, y'all. I had a long week. I probably should have just put this to another day, but I thought I was in the chat. Hey y'all. Hey. Yeah, so like I said, had a couples massage. Then we went to dinner that night. Then I went out with my girls and stayed out till like after 3 o'clock in the morning. Woke up with a migraine the next day. And I wouldn't even think I was hungover because I didn't even feel drunk. I had shots, I had drinks, but you know, they be the lifestyle. I got high tolerance. Um, but anyway, and then I'm going out this weekend. I just want to celebrate me all month. Or at least until Leo season is up. Um, But y'all, this topic today is what is love. I've somehow been bumping into a lot of stuff when it comes to the topic of love. Hey, love your dedication. Listen, y'all see this? Somebody call. No, I'm kidding. Let me take this off. It's rude. See, I can see my other ear. Sexy. No, but make sure you eat for me too. Take a shot for me. Mm-hmm. But this topic is called What is Love? I've been bumping into a lot of stuff like video wise about like people's perception of love, like what is the type of love that people look for. And we all my thing is, and I'm gonna ask this going like into the topic, um, what is like love to you versus what is love to me? Because we all have our different opinions, our different wavelengths of love. I got my drink, trust me. Get another one. That one's for me. I'm virtually sipping. But like I said, I know y'all be liking like the tea and stuff, but my channel is open to whatever. You're gonna see that at the end where the open discussion is just gonna be about anything. And one day you might see me have like a whole celebrity in the building. We manifesting. Okay. So anyway, I kept it natural today. I didn't feel like doing all the makeup stuff. I didn't feel like doing none of that. And natural beauty is beauty, baby. So yeah, shit. Some of y'all might be like, "What is love to you?" You like girls or guys with makeup. But anyway, let's dive into the topic. It's not going to be a long session today, to be honest with you. I am the celebrity. Period. Pool. I don't know what's been going on with everybody saying they can't hear me. You might have to. I don't know. You might have to jump back out again or restart. I know. A colleague of mine, my friend, was telling me that she had the same issue, and then she did something. She said she couldn't remember what she did. Yeah, but I would say jump out of the session and jump back in. Probably restart your phone or restart the app somehow. Depending on what phone you have, you just swipe out the app or whatever. Um, but yeah. So guys, starting off like what is love to you versus what is love to me? Now, I want to ask, like, for the people in the chat, what is love to you? And while you're giving that answer, which I will read amongst this podcast, you know what? Just take the time out to answer, like, what is love to you? And I could definitely tell you what love is to me. First and foremost, for me, what love is to me, I knew you could do it, bitch. What love is to me. So, like I was just saying, for those who entered, give me your answer. Like, what is love to you? What does it come with? What does it look like? What does it feel like for you? To me, love feels safe with your partner. We're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna talk about any type of love. Like my friendships, I gotta feel safe with you too. I gotta feel like I could confide in you. Um, but first and foremost, before anything, I feel like you gotta have respect. I personally feel like, how can you love me without respecting me? Because a lot of times people don't have respect for themselves. So, how can you really have respect for others? How can you really love someone else if you, let me say, truly and genuinely love someone else if you don't love yourself? Because you can love somebody, but like, how genuine is that love if you don't love yourself? Like, how do you even know it's love if you don't love yourself? Let me see. First answer. Love to me is someone who loves themselves. When you are surrounded by friends and partners that love themselves, you will always love from them. I definitely agree. We are on the same wavelength with that one. Because I had to realize there was a point where I really lost myself. Or I guess I lost myself, but I guess I never really got asked, or I never really thought about. I figured I loved myself. I'm like, I live with myself. Of course I love myself. I ain't do nothing to myself. I ain't harm myself. But it's really deeper than that. Like, I'm not saying, go kiss on yourself, hug on yourself. Well, you can hug yourself. Well, love tap, but not in the bathroom, kiss in the mirror because you see yourself. That's weird. Um, but whatever works for you. But pretty much, like, I never really got asked, like, do you love yourself? It was until I got older, got wiser. I was like, like, do I love myself? I live with myself every day, but do I really know myself? Do I really feel connected with myself? Do I ignore my emotions? And I shouldn't ignore them, because I got to make sure I'm taking care of me, my mental health. So, in order to do all of that, I have to connect with myself. I got to love myself to know how that genuinely feels. And I feel like you got to love yourself to be able to genuinely love other people. Like, the same way you love yourself is how you should love and treat other people, basically. But it just has to come with respect. I respect myself. I take accountability when it comes to myself. That's how I know I love myself, because I'm not just letting things fly and, blaming other people for my actions. I'm true with myself. I respect myself enough to say, hey, you're doing too much, or hey, chill the fuck out. Like, I know there's certain parts of me that I still have to work on, but I don't tear myself down, because at the end of the day, I know I still need that type of love to teach myself. I can't beat myself up and then say, I freaking hate you. Like, why did you do that? Why did you curse that person out? because now I'm down in myself. At what point do I really lift myself up to say, hey, it's okay? Because now if I do that, how am I going to be able to move forward when it comes with to other people? Like, I'm going to do the same thing to them. I'm going to be like, like, why did you do that? Like, that was stupid of you, when in all actuality, people need love. They need for you to be there. I mean, I get annoyed with certain things I do or say. That's fine. But never tell yourself you hate yourself. And I feel bad for those people who actually have those mental breaks and moments, because to really genuinely love yourself and know yourself, whew, the perception that other people have of you, you've lived it with yourself the longest. So when you have that true genuine love for yourself, nothing anybody says on the outside, whatever perceptions they have of you, that shit don't matter, because you're just like, I've lived with myself, I know myself, so whatever you say doesn't bother me. I really don't care. And that comes with the confidence too. Let me see. Let me see. Somebody's trying to get in here. Hold on, hold on, you guys. Give me one second. Yeah. Anyway, let me see. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Just some other people trying to get in the chat, and I want to make sure they do. Let's see what we got going on. I used to know the other person was wrong and was still ashamed of myself. I'm working on it though. Yeah, don't ever be ashamed, like, of calling yourself out on the things that you know you have to work on. Like, I know, let me tell y'all, I have such a bad mouth. Like, when I be telling people my words could kill me, they really can. Like, I will hurt your feelings. I laugh at it because it's just like, I guess because I'm just a very nice person, I hate to be taken advantage of. I hate to hear when things come up about me, but I know I love myself and I know this is the true me, but I guess it depends on the type of person it is. Like, I be with certain people like, you should know me. Like, for example, not a true story, but like, say if my mom came and she was like, oh, you did this and you're just a bad child and you're just this. I would be really hurt, and I would probably hurt my mother's feelings because I'm your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should know me. And I feel like those people who have that time with me to see me grow, to see me elevate. Like, I can't tell you how many times that I be hearing nowadays out the blue, family would hit me up and be like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing this. You're not afraid. You're brave. And it's true. I done overcame so much demons. At one point, there was a time where I was just letting somebody break me, like break me. And I'm glad I got through that because nigga ain't shit. So yeah, like, when I say what is love to you versus what is love to me, it's always going to be different for everybody. Me personally, I want the respect first, because if you respect me, then I know you love me. Um, and when I say respect, you're not calling me out my name. You're not talking to me any type of way, like, like I'm one of your little friends or like I'm beneath you or whatever. Because one thing and two things for sure, we all live to die. It doesn't matter what the age is. We live, we breathe, we eat, we shit, we piss, we die. hmm Yeah, there's some in betweens, but at the end of the day, I mean, life is not promised to any of us. And we see this every day. And that's why I take on, I get sometimes scared and I think about certain things, especially having a child now. Like, I'm really scared to go, like, without my daughter having these life lessons and stuff like that. Um, so what that's where the fear comes in sometimes. You know, I trust God, but let me not say but, I trust God. Period. I just want to make sure that my daughter has the love needed and is surrounded, not, you know, whether it's me or her dad that goes first, or if we go at the same time, that there is somebody. I don't care if they come from Bangladesh, as long as they know me and they're like, I will take care of this girl. I don't need my daughter in no foster homes. I want to make sure whatever close genuine friend I had that respected me, that loved me, respects and loves my daughter the same, and they will take her under the wing just as their own. You know what I'm saying? And that's another story for another day, because godmamas ain't shit nowadays. But yeah. Anyway, I don't care what state my daughter ends up in, you know. But if her dad is still here and it may be my time, I pray to God that, you know, people would help him. My friends, my girlfriends will help him in any type of way. Um, but next thing I want to talk about is, you know, we're taught a way. I heard this in a video. Now, I still follow certain people on YouTube, no matter their age, young or old, because some of them are very wise in the way they speak. So it's one guy, I don't know if y'all know him, Armand and Trey. They're brothers, they're singers, they sing their asses off. But Armand did a video where he was talking about that we're taught a way of living, not loving. And when I tell you guys how much that shit resonated, it is so fucking true. Well, it depends on the family, let me say. Majority of us are taught a way of living. You got to save your money. You got to make sure you go to school, get an education. 9 times out of 10, this is a conversation you get from your parents. You're not taught how to love someone else. You're not taught how to love your significant other. More than likely, your mama might teach you how to love naturally because of how she loves you. So you're her child. So then, as moms or females, we start to learn or take away from what our parents or our mothers taught us in how to raise a child. But then again, even though we might get that, we never know what comes with it. You know, my mom never taught me how to raise a child that has delays or that can't walk. I had to learn that on my own. But because of my respect for mothers out there that go through this, because of my respect for my daughter and how much she fights more than any person I've ever seen, even me, like I fight, but my daughter fights, like of how much she's fought for all the things she's been through. I respect her. I love her beyond this world. Nobody can take that away from me. I don't care if people tell me I'm too much of a mom. I've never heard no shit like that, but oh well. I'll be too much of a mom for my daughter and any other child that I have after that. Um, oh yeah. Whew. Yes, he is. God is definitely her strength. And but yeah, we are definitely taught a way of living, not loving. We're taught how to live, we're taught how to make money. We're taught in school ways how to, you know, I won't say own a business, but we're taught that we have to have this education in order to get the degree, in order to get the job. And most of the cases, that's not even true. I've heard people tell people because you have a degree and you've done this before prior to this job that you're overqualified. Like, what? You think I'm gonna take over your company? Maybe. But you scared? Like, that shit is crazy to me. But we're not taught a way of loving. We don't ever get sat down to really hear somebody say, this is what love looks like. This is what you should want. Until really you get in that first relationship that guy may be putting his hands on you or whatever, and you're like, he loves me. He puts his hands on me so he cares. My dad used to beat me when I got in trouble. My mom used to beat me when I got in, and that's really people's fucking idea. Like that's really their mental. Like my dad used to beat me when I got in trouble, so why can't my dude? Yo, I don't care if this girl was joking on social media or not. I thought it was actually sad for views. She wrote a status saying she was with this guy. He was so nice, so genuine, very respectful to her. But she was about to stir up some shit because he wasn't putting his hands on her. What? That's not okay. Like, you want him to put his hands on you? Like, you're crazy. Like, I went through a situation like that. And, you know, a lot of times I would say, I would never. And I used to always tell one of my friends prior to, like, don't you settle for that. And it was until I got in that situation that I was scared. I did not know how to leave. I just came into a new state. So I'm just like, this is what this is. This is like, I knew he loved me, but I also knew he didn't love me. But I was also scared of leaving because where would I have ended up? Did I have to go back to New York? Was he gonna kill me? All these things came through my mind to why I didn't book, you know? And there was a point that I got so fed up that I swung on him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, like, this is it. I'm sick of this. Like, ain't nobody do shit to you. You just sick. Like, and it was proof in the pudding because even after he moved on, he was doing the same shit. So it's like, you really got to know who's for you. And it all, to me, prior to the love, and what is love to me is respect. You got to respect me. And like I said, everybody's perception is different. Love for me feels safe. If I'm in like this euphoric moment around you, I know I feel safe. You might be like, yo, what's wrong with you? You high? Yeah, I am off your love because this is how it feels for me. Like, you really respect me. You don't call me out my name. You don't demean me or talk down to me. You don't make me feel like you're just using me because I'm this good of a person. You really just genuinely love me because you know that that's what I bring. I bring love to the table. When guys be asking what you bring to the table, I don't even got to answer that fucking question. Come live with me. Come find out. Come find out. Come on in here. Because I'd be sitting there like, what do you bring to the table? Anyway, so is everyone's definition of love different? I definitely believe so. Because there's people out there who really feel like love is love is a guy putting their hands on them. That's love to them. It's abusive. And that's really genuinely a word. Whether it's physical, mental, emotional, whatever the case you want to call it, it's abuse. If a guy's telling you you ain't never shit, you ain't gonna amount to shit, he better than you, and all that stuff, that's not love. That is definitely not love. Um, since you got your degree and you think you know it, that's sad and completely unacceptable. That should never ever become a reason as to why a man puts his hands on you. Never accept that. Yeah, it's like nowadays when I talk to friends, because I've experienced that, I want to tell them to get out. I just tell them I'm there for them. I support them. I want you to get out, but I've been through the same thing. So a lot of people didn't know my situation, or some people who knew my situation probably was going through the same thing and trying to figure out a way to leave too. When I finally did have a way out, he was threatening to keep me locked in there until I gave him the money he needed. And it was just like, it was a lot. So people can say they love you, but their idea and perception of love is so different. And it always doesn't have to start from the home. It doesn't have to start from the parents. Remember, as kids, we're going to school. So most of our time becomes being around other kids, seeing what they do and bullying other people. And we build up the same bullying habits and thinking it's okay to bully these little girls or these little boys. So we do it growing up. That's fun to them. So it doesn't always have to be starting in the home. There's kids that really don't respect their home, even though they're getting genuine love. But because they see the fun outside and they're like, my parents gave me a curfew and you get to stay out. Your parents let you watch TV till this time. So they start to envy. There's really people like this, y'all. I've been through that in the past with an older man and thought he truly loved me when he would say and show love in his own twisted way, but he never did. He was abusive and I understand. Yeah, like, And there's people who will really flip the script. And then you sit there and you have to question yourself, like, what? Like, like you really sit there and question yourself, like, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. And you. Let me tell you, when you know you, all that stuff that people when they flip the script and that narcissistic stuff, you. And when you know you start to become wise to the world. You start knowing all these definitions you never even freaking knew. Let me tell y'all, my mom used to let me sit there and read the dictionary. I used to have to sit there and write the meaning. So a lot of words I remember from like just young days. And I'm like, I'm glad she actually did that. I hated the shit, but I'm glad she did it. Because a lot of times now, people are using the wrong words and sentences. I'm like, you mean this? Because this is what it means. And it's just like, I'm glad for that because now I use it in my wisdom. I'm connected with myself. I love myself. So when people try to manipulate me or try to flip the script in any way, and I'm not gonna back down either. I'm not. I'm not a backer downer. Mm-mm. People will envy you even if you love yourself. Yeah. Oh my God. Woo. Ooh, y'all on fire tonight. Yes, people will envy you. They will envy you if you love yourself. Truly and genuinely love yourself. You know why? Because there's still a glow. You don't even got to be fucking pregnant. There is a glow that you have. The demeanor that you walk with, the way you stride, just in the stride, y'all. Just in the physical connection you have with yourself. Sometimes I could be sitting there listening to somebody, and there's times that I really tune people the fuck out because I already know this is on bullshit. I love myself enough to not even listen. He hated when I stood up to him and wasn't having it or didn't like what he would say or do to me. Yeah, because you know why? They don't love themselves. A lot of times I'd be like, seek help. I can't help you. You seek help. That Queen Mother Aura or something. Yo. Queen Mother Aura? Period. Poop. But yeah, like when you love yourself, y'all, that's why I tell people, I don't care what you say. To me, if you don't love yourself, I don't think you can love anybody else genuinely. You can love them, but I feel like you're loving what you want to be. And a lot of times we don't know what's going on in other people's lives. Like, look at some of these celebrities where people be like, oh, I love them. I want to be them. And then you see a fucking tabloid coming out talking about, oh, this person lost all this money. They were always abusing people. For instance, we already knew about R. Kelly, but how many people still love him till this day and all this other stuff, only to find out he's been doing all this XYZ shit. Like, that man ain't love himself. He loved the fact of getting off, and this shit enticed sick mental, okay? Um, but y'all, so yeah, when everybody's definition of love, like everybody's definition of love is different. So I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm definitely gonna tell you, look, this is my perception of love. Love feels warm to me. Love feels safe. Love feels like I could jump on the couch and just lay on your shoulder and just be like in awe of you. And even just as my friends, as my girlfriends, shit, I be going out with my girlfriends. I be slapping ass and all that. If y'all ain't seen my video, I definitely did. But those type of friends, we can just lean on each other. At the end of the day, they're in support of the things that I got going on. I'm in support of the things that they got going on. No, I can't always be there. Some of my friends, they don't have kids. I'm a mom. So I got to take care of my motherly duties. And, when it's time, I already told like my dude like 2 times out the month. This month, though, it's Leo season. So I got to celebrate y'all, all my Leos and shit. So it's a little bit extra this month. But that was something I was gonna say though. But like I did put on here respect versus love. To me, it's not even respect versus love. It's respect equals love. Or love equals respect. because I just don't know how else to put it. I you got to respect yourself. Once you respect yourself enough, you will know what bullshit to take, and even then, don't take no bullshit. Don't guilt trip yourself. I know somebody said in the chat that they started to feel bad. Don't feel bad. All you gotta do is work on you. A lot of times nowadays, y'all, I manifest the stuff I want for my life. I write it down. If I'm feeling some type of way about something, I might confide in that one girlfriend or two people. Um, or other times I just don't even speak about it, because what it's gonna do to me is it's gonna rile me up and piss me off even more. So instead, I just basically just let it be what it is. Journal it, write it down, read it, burn it. If you feel like it, rip it up, whatever. Sometimes I still find like old stuff I used to write, and I just trash it. After a while, I'll read it and I'll trash it. Or if I read like the first sentence of it and I'm like, oh, I remember this story, and I just trash it because I'm like, I'm over that stage, and it took a while to get here. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I have a mouth on me, so I still have some working to do. And another thing that I want to say is, people think love is arguing or arguing is love. I personally think, yes, you're going to argue, but to me, a lot of things is a strong debate. Come on now. You got to agree to disagree or disagree to agree. When it becomes arguing is when there's raises of voices. When it becomes arguing, it's there hasn't been anything that comes to term, basically. All right, so we argued, and it's just like, fuck yous, and that's it. No, we argue, we had our differences. What now? Like that's my term. And usually it's like a debate for me, because once again, I've lived with myself the longest. Yeah, I have my parents, but I live with myself the longest. I know me. My mom could change my diapers all day, but for what's been going on when I leave the home and go to school, there's a lot of things my parents didn't know I was doing. And in my mind back then, that was my way of loving myself. Oh, yeah, I need to smoke this to feel good. Oh, I love myself because I made myself feel good by smoking this. And I was like, at some point, I started to get, as I got wiser about certain things, seeing the outside world, I started to, and the sad thing though, too, guys, it sucks to say this, a lot of things that made me wiser was because I started to see death more. Um, because I didn't want to leave this world. I don't want to leave this world with a negative strain on my body. I want to leave this world with people knowing me that I was fun. Um, I'm not perfect. Definitely, I don't need nobody saying I was perfect. But I was fun. I did a lot of things. I'm creative. I don't need nobody saying, yeah, she had wasted her time. She wasted her life. She got locked up and now she done died off, and too many times we see that. Like I told y'all before, I don't watch the news. It's depressing. And I feel like a lot of times people see shit on the news. Like, how many times we seen mass shootings? Now somebody else is doing it in another state. Like, that shit is cute. Like, what the fuck? Y'all really get off on that? Like, stuff like that weirds me out. But I just be like, yo, these people really do not respect themselves. If you respected yourself and you loved yourself, you would not be going out there doing that, because if you respected and loved yourself, you would know that there's people out there that really love their families. And here you are trying to take away their family for them. That's because you don't fucking love yourself. You don't respect yourself. You wouldn't waste your time doing that. Now you probably dead. Now you in jail. Like, why? Why do you want that for yourself? Let me see. Let me get to the chat. Writing is a really good outlet for people, especially if you are a writer anyway. Talking like adults is a flex in itself. Man, talking like adults gets a lot of issues resolved because who wants to sit there and talk with somebody that's just, I don't want to say repetitive, because there'll be times where people will really argue and say the same things in every argument and you'd be like, bro, what? Like, we're not even talking about that right now. It's just crazy. I've been in situations where people will argue to the death of them and they'd be like, I don't argue, I don't like to argue. Yes, you do. You do like to argue. That's your love language at this point, and it's not even on there. But y'all, you gotta definitely have this oneness with yourself, because once you get in tune with yourself, I don't care if guys do this at all. It's not corny to me. Let me tell you, I'm one of those rare females. And whether it's a friend or a relationship, I'm that female that likes to see you win. So if that means you getting a journal and journaling, I don't care. Because guess what? There's rappers, there's singers, male rappers that's out there journaling or writing their next song. They write. There's no shame in that. I don't know why people put stuff on like guys, if guys write or journal, that's feminine. This is why a lot of guys can't turn to other people, or they turn to the wrong people, let me say. Or they turn to the wrong substance. Because the substance you should be filling yourself with is you and the Bible. Now, not trying to be preachy here, because I don't read my Bible as often as I should. I definitely pray. Um, but like I said, we're all work in progresses. And if I can definitely motivate somebody today on this podcast, take it as what it is. Um, that's what I don't understand. Since when was writing feminine or masculine? Man, so many things people say is feminine and masculine. Like, I've seen people say cooking is so feminine. Like, what? I grew up where my dad was cooking. My dad still cooks for my mom sometimes. That is a love, okay? That's love. That's respect. Because when a woman really gets tired, when her mental is tired, when she's drained, why not have your man who loves and respects you take over the kitchen? Why not have your man who loves and respects you take the kids for a few days so you can go off and do what you need to fix your mental? People don't realize, like, we didn't really have that back then. I feel like, to me personally, mental wasn't a thing. They weren't worried about that. They would just throw you in an insane home or whatever, and you just had to work it out there. Or people just got killed for that shit. Like, what was it? At some point, it was like they were witches for having insane mentalities or whatever. And that's just what it was. Like, if you wasn't on the field planting or working, like, come on now. I don't care. I really don't care. To me, I love a man who tries. You know what I'm saying? If you are like, babe, come teach me how to do this recipe, because really, everything is a recipe. Everything is online. You got the stuff that all you need is a measuring cup, and you need the pots and the ingredients, and you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Just follow the stuff. I know I do. There's still some ingredients that I be wanting to make, and I be like, shit, I'm gonna follow this. It's just fun to me. Like, I feel like if a lot of guys did more cooking or baking, even so, y'all would find it so therapeutic. I don't know, something about it is therapeutic to me, especially while, like, when the aromas are in the kitchen. I'm just like, oh, I love this. Yeah. Y'all. But I'm so done. Do not come on here being stupid. Talk about, I can't read. You typing though. So I will hope you know what you typing. But y'all, definitely like, man, it's a whole different experience when you just be about you. Like, let me tell you, people probably get annoyed with me, and I'm gonna say it again on this episode. There are times that I just don't respond, especially if I know it's leading to bullshit, and I'm having the time of. Let me tell you, I'm even gonna call no names out. Somebody wrote me on my birthday about something that was so irrelevant. I didn't even open the message. Or maybe I did, but I just didn't respond. I'm like, not on my birthday, you think I'm about to respond to this? Not on my birthday. Maybe try tomorrow. Probably, and don't even try at all. Honestly, don't try at all. But I was just like, no way you think I'm about to entertain. I'm having my fun. I'm enjoying my massage. I'm enjoying my food, my dinner, the going out scene, all this stuff. And you wrote me about nothing. Like, y'all, the irritation I had. And then I just been on this like mental hiatus lately. Like, I don't want no disturbances unless I say, hey, what's going on with you or what's wrong with you? Like I said, my girl Lex, she'll be like, hey, do you have time if you want to hear this or whatever? That's the only person I think that does that. Only. Everybody else, they'll just come in, whoosh. They'll just throw it on you. And I'll be like, bro, why? Why you do that? Sometimes I just don't even respond. And don't get me wrong, there are other times where I really don't see people messages, but other times I just be like, I'm not into this bullshit because you don't know what people got going on. I know, I understand that sometimes we just be ready to tell people stuff, so we just throw it at them. I totally understand that, but there's a point in time when somebody be telling you, like right now on my podcast, you gonna watch this shit, and I'm telling you, do not do that. Do not throw your shit on me, bro. Ask me if I'm mentally okay to take on your bullshit because you don't know what I have going on in my life that I probably don't want to talk about because I'm trying to, what is the word? Is it compartmentalize? Something like that. I'm trying to, process everything in my mind to be good for myself, my family, everything around me, so I can possibly be good for you to listen to what you have to say. But just give me like 2 or 3 business days, because I don't like when it's done to me, because I know how I feel. You're right. Yeah, compartmentalization. There we go. Yes, that word. If I was Medea in this situation, it probably would have been a whole different word. It would have been compartment and everything. Anyway, but like I said, everybody's perception of love is different. For guys, it may be, I love when she cooks for me. She might not do shit else. Do she? Do she do anything else? Or I love the way she has sex with me. Do she do anything else? So I understand when they ask, what do we bring to the table? And some of them, I just be like, why do you ask that? Because at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. I could tell you something to make you feel good about me. I could tell you anything. It's until I get in that feel. And then you probably gonna be like, man, she ain't doing all she says she would. I don't have time to answer that question. Let's just go mosey along into the house and we'll see from there. Actions speak louder than words. I don't want to answer that question. You'll find out so you can have your perception and go back and tell what you want to tell about me. That's just me. Point blank, period. Hate it or love it, I think you're gonna love it. And it's not to be like secretive or bringing in surprises. I just feel like a lot of people beckon on words. Do not do that. You could talk all day till you blue in the face, and you really could be this genuine person, and there's still gonna be somebody out there that's talking shit about you and say she ain't shit, even though they know you are shit. They still gonna say, no, wait, even though they know you know what I mean. You the shit, basically. But even though they know that, they still gonna find something to say You could flick a booger one day and they're gonna be like, yo, she went up in her nose. I never thought she would do that. But everything else about you is perfect. You just, you have probably that bad habit of picking your nose. So now they want to talk shit. There's everybody, we're all gonna have our imperfect moments. But does that mean you love yourself any less? No. Y'all, I said this wasn't gonna be a long topic. I was gonna spend like 30 minutes with y'all today, but I guess it turned out to be more than what it was. But we got 10 minutes. So let me ask y'all, because I usually save stuff for open discussion. And like I said, y'all can always email me whatever questions you want me to bring to open discussion. I think I have about 6 questions now for open discussion. Um, Let me check that. But if y'all have any questions now, you definitely could ask. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there was one that I added. So really 6 from everybody else. But yeah. If y'all have any questions for me during this time, let me know. I'm open like a book. But in the meantime, while y'all are processing or thinking about something to ask, um, what you get me for my birthday? The same thing you got me. Simple. I thought you would have do that. um, that's funny. But it was something I was gonna say. I think it was about the loving and the living part. Oh, like I said, whatever you were taught for living, don't let it take away from loving. If you're not doing that, teach your kids love. Me and a friend of mine, I don't know if she wanted me to say or not, but me and a friend of mine, we went through a situation and it was like we really kind of had to, well, she has kids, but we really had to kind of like, well, she mostly had to tell her kids this is not what love is. But because kids see so much in the home, they tend to um copy basically what they seen. So in that sense, they weren't taught yet. Um, they were just seeing the things that were happening, and maybe in a sense, probably thought it was love, or you know. So she had to pretty much kind of, I guess you could say, retrain in a sense her kids, because their dad just wasn't shit. Still isn't shit, and he felt like he needed a bottle. That was his love language. He needed a bottle every time, and cursing her out. Um, it was to a point where if she had anybody else, it was hard to really focus on anybody else. And let me tell y'all too, don't think that you need anybody else to love yourself. Don't think that you need to be with somebody. You have to learn to be with yourself. Because once you do, you'll know then if you are a person that just needs to live alone and maybe date or even have a relationship and take some time before y'all live together, or you're that type of person that loves yourself enough to know, hey, I can bunk with this person. um so yeah, love is a very sensitive, off and on topic for me, but I will say, to me, love should always have respect, a non judgmental, free environment, accepting communication, honesty, and also it should bring out the beautiful best in you. I love that. Definitely should not have any judgments. Now, when I say you should always have, to me, there's always going to be constructive criticism. It doesn't matter if you're giving it to yourself or maybe, but never take constructive criticism. Of course, you still have to have discernment. I can say that. You got to know who's really for you and who's not. Because there's people who really could be giving you advice to tear you down. And you would never know because they're so good at how they word things that you never know that it is to tear you down. You got to have discernment. Okay. That's one thing I got to say. Um, but yes, love has to be honest. It has to be. There's no way you could, when they be talking about that shit about the guy who cheats and he lies to the woman, does he love her more than the one he's telling the truth to about him cheating? Bitch, I wish I would. I wish the fuck I would. He don't love me. He don't respect me because once again, you have to have respect first. If you respected me, you would tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? So all that questions they be asking on social media, I don't care what they say. You have to respect me first. So if you don't respect me enough to be honest with me, you do not love me because then you respect the fact and you would love yourself enough to know that that is wrong and you would love me and respect me enough to know you did that, let me go so I can actually find somebody who genuinely respects me and loves me to where they will not hurt me. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. But there's always going to be constructive criticism. I feel like people think that constructive criticism is a way to tear people down. And like I said, you have to have discernment to know the difference. I'm always working on myself. So if somebody came to me today and said, "Hey, Shamika, you got to kind of tone it down on the attitude or how you be talking to people like when you're mad," I'm like, "You're definitely right," because I already knew that about myself. Why? Because I love myself and I know myself. Amen. You need yourself to love yourself. And I'm learning that so much better for myself. It's an amazing feeling that you grow from every day. Sniffle, sniffle, I'm learning. But you do, though. I do what? but, um, I've always been the type of person to take constructive criticism. And I guess because I came up from doing music, even having music classes, and they would be like, "Yeah, you got to work on this note, you got to embellish this or that or whatever the case is," and I'll be like, "Okay," like I never took that harshly. I used to be upset with myself sometimes, like, "Dang, I can't hit that note," but I even grew up out of the habit of telling myself I can't. Because when you tell yourself you can't, you're going to continue to believe that. And some people haven't even tried. So how do you know you can't? And I stopped telling myself that because once again, there was a point where I was telling myself I couldn't leave this situation. I couldn't leave to the point that I got stuck. And that was because I was telling myself that's why I started to believe I couldn't leave it. I started to believe that I couldn't get out. So oh my God, do y'all see that? That should not be on camera. Maybe I should have did my makeup. But love yourself, y'all. If there's nothing that I could have told y'all in this podcast today, and you're gonna have, for those who, once again, I always got to tell you guys every week, um, subscribe to Spotify. This will be on there, and when you do get on there, you'll be able to pay for the subscription to watch these videos over and over. Audio is available for free, but if you want to see this lovely face, it's just $2 a month. And I'm gonna drop this link that I just was getting on my butt about earlier that I don't drop in the chat. Y'all just click on that. That'll let Riverside know that there's people that have been viewing this podcast today. But y'all, like I said, if there's anything that I could teach anybody, I'm no guru. I'm no therapist. I'm gonna tell y'all like this because I keep it real. I keep it genuine. I just don't have time for sugarcoating. Sometimes I just don't even bother saying anything because it's just like y'all know, last week what grinds my gears, I don't like pessimistic people. So at some point I just don't even bother. Like if your attitude is pessimistic, I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna just leave you there because you've given too many times you've been pessimistic and there's no point in me saying anything to that. Um, and that also deals with loving yourself. If you loved yourself, you would be very optimistic about a lot of things, because if you're pessimistic with the outside stuff, I know you're pessimistic with inner beings of yourself. Um, but yeah, like I said, if I'm no therapist, but and do not come to me to therapeutize you. Please don't. I will not do it. I give advice sometimes here and there, but I love to see people who actually, I'm not forcing anybody, but I love to see people win. So if you're coming to me for any advice and I give you that advice and you're still lingering in the same shit, don't come telling me a repeated story, because I'm going to tell you, I already said that. Sorry. That's just me. But I love me. You don't have to. Y'all, I can't believe this hour went by this quick already. Thank you once again to everybody who tuned in. I know some people had some issues. I gotta talk to Riverside, because I feel like you gotta download the app, really, honestly. And I'm gonna start telling everybody to download the app, because I know some people have some issues. You gotta come in, you can't hear me, then you can hear me. But I genuinely love each and every one of you, all the support that you guys give. And we have 5 more episodes before the season ends. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about next week. I probably bullshit. But I know y'all love seeing this face, so I made my promise that I would get through all these episodes. Anyway, y'all have a great week. If you have not told yourself in this last week, tell yourself now that you love yourself and you will work on your better self. Don't let nobody tell you shit. You know you've lived with you the longest. I don't care what it is. I don't care what friendship or relationship. You have a best friend. They ain't lived with you the longest. You live with yourself. I don't care if it was diaper days. Do not let anybody stray you from your betterment, from you knowing yourself, from you getting what you want. Manifest what you want for your life. Let me tell you, it feels good. I ain't gonna lie to you. The things that I've been able to do in these last weeks, so I know for a fact that I can definitely do it, and I'm going to continue to do it. I think that's one thing I was missing. I wasn't telling myself each day that I'm going to do it and this is what it's going to be, and it's going to be into fruition. Do that for yourself. I promise you guys. Come back to me in about a month or two and tell me how y'all feel when you do that. Shit, if you got to get a journal, I know I have my manifestation journal, and I have my little prayer in there and everything of the things that I want to say, the things that I see for myself and want for my life in this next coming year or two. Do that. Come back to me. Shit, I'll give you to the end of the year. Come back to me and tell me what it does for you. But y'all, see you next week. And I'll definitely be working on getting these scripts together, because it's a lot of stuff to talk about with y'all. I love y'all for that. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Because a bitch is finna. No, wait. Hold on. Y'all might not see me next Sunday. That depends. If I don't have a hangover, y'all will see it. If I cancel it, y'all know I had a hangover. Because I'm partying on the 19th. Leo season, okay? Love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.